Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Welcome to this reading. This pick a card reading is indeed for love. It is a follow-up or a sister reading to the last reading that I did, which was about your person and what was it that they wanted to know about you. This follow-up slash sister reading to that reading was recommended by a viewer as well, and I'm going to put her little comment to me in the video right now. So thank you, Lauren Mastroviti, I think I'm saying that right, for recommending this follow-up slash sister reading of the previous pick a card reading. If you haven't had a chance, let's say, to go watch that other pick a card reading, I will go ahead and put a link to that video in this description box so that way you could go and check that out if you're interested in this topic. So if you haven't as of yet picked a card or a crystal on the table, go ahead and do that now. There's a portion of the video which is at the very beginning where you can pause, take as much time as necessary to focus in silence, pause the video wherever, take as much time as you need to in order to choose your card or your crystal on the table. And let's say if during that time you feel led to pick more than one, by all means listen to your intuition. That's always going to be highly encouraged here. These readings are timeless. So whether you watch it at the upload time or sometime after, if it's placed into your awareness and you feel that nudge to watch, there could be a message here for you. Nonetheless, all these readings are general. Can't possibly expect to connect with everybody watching, although I hope you find a message here. But if you don't, that's okay. Maybe check out my pick a card playlist. I have a bunch of readings there that you can choose from, explore. There could be another one in there that has a better message for you. And let's say if all is said and done, I'm not the reader for you. That's okay too, because YouTube has many readers out there. I'm pretty sure the universe will help deliver a message to you via another reader if necessary to help get the messages that you need at this particular time. Not only that, this is a love reading, right? So when we're doing love readings, we have to be aware that sometimes roles can be reversed, flip-flopped, interchangeable, vice versa. Some things might apply more to you. Some things might speak more about your person. So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's a general reading. So with all of that, Star Family, let's get these cards and crystals off the table and get directly into your very first reading. Pile number one, you chose the antidote card. That is your card. I'm going to put that there. I will incorporate, maybe I won't put that there. I don't want it to burn. Anyway, I'm going to incorporate this into the reading further along. I just want to get everything on the table. This is your crystal. This is a giant piece of quartz. I'm going to put that there for you. Okay, so we're looking at your person. What is it that they want you to know about them? Okay, so let's see. Your person, pile number one viewers, what is it that they want you to know about them? Whoa, okay. So your special person, pile number one viewers, what is it that they want you to know about them? All right, what do we have? Ooh, relationships, it says. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Okay, let's see what else we get. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Okay, I think I already know what this is saying. Basically, what it feels like so far, and I haven't even gotten the tarot, but this is pretty in depth. I guess it feels deep, right? It's pretty deep. Your person's a deep person. Basically, what they are looking for, what they want you to know about them is that they're looking for relationships that are going to edify them, lift them up, help them to grow on their personal journey. It's this feeling of, I'm not looking for anything that isn't going to add to my life. In other words, I don't have to, there's this feeling of I don't have time to waste my time, my energy on people who are not going to bring me something to help me grow, right? And that might sound kind of like, I don't know. It kind of sounds like forthright or very like stern, right? But it feels like this person knows what they're looking for. They know their worth and they don't want to waste their time on senseless, mindless, distracting type of relationships. They are looking for people of like mind, quality, and kind, because they're on a personal journey right now when it comes to their growth in their spiritual, maybe evolution, and they don't got time for it. They don't have time for nonsense and just flippity flop relationships that aren't going to last, that aren't going to stick around. They want the real deal. It kind of feels like they're looking for soul family, if you know what I mean. And to somebody who's not at that place, it might sound very like self-centered or selfish or whatever it is, but that's really not what they're about. Your person wants you to know what they're looking for is for real people, real relationships that are going to support them, that they can be supportive of as well, that are going to lift each other up, right? It's kind of like this feeling of your person is looking for their soul family, their tribe. They're not looking to bother forming connections or relationships that they don't vibe with. It feels very selective. They feel very selective. They want you to know that they are selective, okay, of who they let into their sphere, okay, their personal sphere. So let's take a look. What is it that your person wants you to know about them? What else? Because these are pretty serious cards. I can respect this energy, to be honest. I really do. So I can relate. So let's see. What is it that your person wants them to know about you? Or right, no, about them. See, look, I did the sister reading. I did the sister reading, and that was the topic. Now I have to remind myself, no, it's not about you that they're looking to know about. It's what they want you to know about them. So, okay, correction. I'm trying to correct my own brain here. What is it that your person, right, wants you to know about them, and this time, okay? Not you. Or, yeah, it's not what they want to know about you this time. It's about what they want you to know about them. Okay. So, let's see. 3 cards. What is it that your person wants you to know about them? Okay. Judgment. Okay. The Wheel. Ah, 7 of Cups. Okay. So, I feel like I want to grab another one because I know what this is saying. The 7 of, let me address it real quick. The 7 of Cups is an energy where it's like castles built on sand. You don't know where you stand. That's kind of like a little rhyme I created for myself to, when I was first learning cards, to help me remember the meaning of this one. And that's kind of the vibe of these 2 cards, right? Where it's like they don't want to waste their time on relationships where they don't know where they stand, right? When it comes to them. And it's like also they don't want to, they want you to know that they're not looking for fantasy, because sometimes the 7 of Cups can talk about that, like building you the fantasy but never making it real. Like they're not about that life. It's also this feeling of if you're not serious about them, you might not want to waste their time because they don't want to be kind of like they don't want to be built or given an illusion if there's no way of making it a reality with you. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they want the real thing. They don't want just fantasy or illusion. They want solid ground. And that is that 7 of Cups. All right. 7 of Cups is also about options. So they might also feel that, you know, if you're not looking to make the relationship something solid, right? If you're not serious, if you're not looking to make it solid and be one of those people they can grow with and evolve with, then they have options. They have choices that they can make. They can choose something else, you know. It's man, your person's like no joke. That's what this feels like. So, let me grab one more. Okay. 8 of Swords. So 8 of Swords energy is, and I'm going to address these other things too. 8 of Swords energy is an energy where it's like kind of like feeling stuck, or you're stuck in your own mind. I feel like they're trying to, what this is telling me, they're the type of person that is trying to break free. Sometimes this is an energy where you feel stuck, you feel like you don't really have answers, and you feel trapped, right? To me, they're trying to break free, or they're trying to expand themselves in some way, because the Judgment is also an energy where you break the chains that bind, you release yourself, you rebirth yourself. They want you to know that they're having a renaissance, a personal renaissance. And they're trying to expand themselves and lift themselves up like this energy of the Judgment does, and have a rebirth. They're going through a spiritual rebirth of some sort, maybe an awakening as well, is what they want you to know. And they're trying to break free from their own constraints, right? Sometimes the Eight of Swords is an energy where sometimes we're stuck in our own mind or in our own head. And this to me is telling me that they're looking to break free from what their own personal or perceived limitations are, and it could make them a very, at this time, very open-minded, right? They're super open-minded. They want to expand their consciousness. They want to expand their level of thinking and awareness, is what the Eight of Swords is telling me. I think they're breaking out of this energy, out of an illusory energy. For whatever reason, I feel like they're seeing the Matrix for what it is now. I know, and maybe that's coming from the Seven of Cups and Eight of Swords together. And the whole thing feels like it, to be honest. The Judgment is as well. I think they want you to know that they're coming into their full self. They're looking to actualize themselves and expand their journey, themselves, who they are, their tribe, who they connect with, what they relate to. They are attracted to people who are on the same journey of growth that they are, and they're attracted to people with an open mind is also what they want you to know. So if you can be open-minded, if you can indulge their conversations, right, where sometimes with the Seven of Cups you can get in a mindset of thinking, right, thinking a lot about a lot of different things. And sometimes it feels like this person could get into that. Like, conversations can go from one topic to another, to another, to another, and it just keeps going. If you can indulge them in that, they will be thankful for it, is what this is telling me, because they have a really big open mind, and they love talking about all kinds of things that maybe to some might seem quirky and strange and out of the box, right? The Eight of Swords always is trying to get outside of the box, and of what the box of what one's own mind oftentimes creates for itself. So I feel like they have a big imagination. They also want you to know that. They also think big. They want to expand their mindset. They're hoping that somebody that they can relate to, that you could be somebody, let's say, that they could relate to, that is on the same page and is very open-minded and wants to think outside the box with them. I think that your person also wants you to know that they have undergone many changes, okay, with that Wheel recently, and the Judgment especially. These are two cards of major transition energy, where with the Judgment you're leaving something behind, you're letting go of the past, and you're kind of like the Judgment talks about risen again, or rebirthing oneself again, that personal renaissance. So they've gone through a lot of changes recently, and I think they're still undergoing changes, and that's what they want you to know. The Wheel energy is one where things are shifting, and the Wheel is one where it's also an energy of trying to go with the flow of where life is taking them. So it's an energy of surrender to the change, because a lot of times things aren't in your hands or in your control. Sometimes you have to allow the universe to take the helm, right? Or steer, sorry, steer. You have to allow the universe to steer your ship on occasion. And instead of going, you know, pushing against the current, you know, it's more or less like flow with it. And that's what they're trying to do. They're just going with the flow of the way that these things are shifting and turning and changing in their life. And maybe it kind of feels like they're looking for somebody to join or enjoy the ride with them. And they want you to know that. I feel like the old is falling away in their life with these two cards especially, and what it's doing is making room in their life for a lot of new things to experience. And the Seven of Cups again is that energy of you know, they're going through changes right now. They're weighing their options or looking at all their options, the options available to them. And they want to push their boundaries is what it's telling me with the Eight of Swords, because maybe at one time they were stuck in a rut, and they're really at this time at a stage in their life where they're trying to break free of any constraints with the Eight of Swords. Break free, right? The Judgment is a liberation card. So they're trying to break free of prior or previous constraints, and they're in a very I don't know, it feels like metamorphosis. I don't know, I don't see any butterflies, but the Judgment is giving me that vibe. They're in a stage of metamorphosis. And if you can maybe roll with them through these changes and shifts that they are experiencing, it feels like that would definitely make them happy to know that you could be that ride or die, you know what I mean? The Antidote card talks about cures, right? Let's say a snake bites you, and we do have a snake in this card, oddly enough. You get a snake bite. Right? It talks about a cure. So if you, let's say if you were to get bit by a snake, or you get, what do they give you the, is it the antidote or anecdote? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's antidote. When you get bit by a snake or something, they always find the cure, the antidote to the poison, right? And this kind of feels like, again, they're letting go with the Judgment, the wheel. Things are shifting and changing in their life. They're releasing a lot of things from the past. They're making way for a new to help put them on a healing path, right? So this also talks about a remedy, right? A cure, a remedy. They're trying to remedy the things in their life that maybe at one time wasn't working. They also want you to know that. And they're trying to lift themselves out of previous problems, or again with the Eight of Swords, previous limitations. That's something they also want you to know. And they're not looking to bring in anything in their life or allow anything into their world, it feels like, that's going to thwart their progress. Okay, so that's what they want you to know. They're very serious about their journey right now and their personal growth. The Antidote also talks about balancing anything that's toxic or negative in one's life. It's kind of like creating the antithesis of that energy. So they're looking to, kind of feels like, correct the imbalances in their life or on their journey to enhance their life, again, to give themselves a rebirth, a renaissance, and a full-on renewal. Like changes are happening all around them with the wheel especially. And they're on a journey, they're on a path, they're looking to seek their purpose. Also with the Judgment can talk about a calling. And the wheel is, again, the universe trying to steer them in the right direction, away from the things of the past that maybe put them in a negative vibration. So what your person wants you to know is that they're looking for somebody that's on the same page as them spiritually, somebody they could talk to, somebody that would indulge their high level of imagination or crazy talks, right? I don't know, maybe I don't know, I got the vibe that your person could be into wild conspiracy theories, right? Which at times aren't so conspiracy when you look back in history. Yeah, don't get me started on that. I could go on a whole tangent with that one, but yeah, they might wear their tinfoil hat very proudly, right? And it's like, maybe they want somebody who's willing to think outside the box and indulge that type of conversation. This person, what they want you to know is that they're into, you know, big thinking. They maybe want to indulge a conversation about the universe, aliens, this, that, and the other, because they are looking to grow. And it kind of feels like the way that they grow is by expanding their mind and learning about new things. So this is what they want you to know about them. So what I want to do is grab maybe one of these. and close out this reading for you. Ah, look at that. Old friends, good memories. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe this is also saying that what they want you to know is, what I just got from this was, what they want you to know is that if you can roll with their friends, right? If you can get along with their friends, then you're in. You're good. Okay? Because their friends, right? Their old friends, or their friends that have stuck around, it kind of feels like, are ones that they have had forever. Like, they're looking for those ride or die people. Like, again, that soul family that I mentioned earlier. They're not looking for come and go relationships. Like, if you're gonna roll with them or be part of their life, make sure that you stick around. Like, you're the type to stick around. Okay. Also, remember when I was talking about that they think outside the box and they want, you know, somebody who's going to indulge conversation, even if it seems like wildly outside the box. Those conversations, right? Their friends have those same conversations with them as well. And they make good memories via those types of, like, wild conversations on a Friday night together. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1 viewers. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Why am I like losing my train of thought today? Anyhow, thank you for your patience with me with this reading. But anyway, if you feel that this reading has helped you, let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe as well to support this channel. Maybe click the bell for notification, because I upload pretty often. That way you get notified and don't miss videos. And if you want to take it a step further to support what I do here, maybe consider checking out my Etsy shop. I do have handmade crystal jewelry that I make with my 2 hands on my free time. And I also have personal readings there as well. So much love to you guys wherever you are in this crazy world. Be well, be blessed, take care, and keep shining. Pile number 2 viewers, you chose this lovely piece of amethyst. I'm going to put that there for you. This is your card. I am going to incorporate this into the reading the further I go along. I just want to get more cards out on the table. So let's find out. What is it that your person wants you to know about them? Okay, so let's see. Your special person, pile number 2. What is it that they want you to know about them? What is it, pile number 2, that your special person wants you to know about them? Okay, wow, that was 2, and that's exactly what I need. Just 2. Okay, so it says surrender. I can release my need to control. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Oh my goodness, that's really nice. Okay, so let's see if we can get tarot. All right, so real quick though, before I get to the tarot, what this is telling me is that what they want you to know is that they are in surrender mode right now when it comes to finding success in love. Okay, they do want love in their life, but they're also in a place where they know that they don't have any control about the way that it enters their life or who it may be. Because at the end of the day, everybody has free will, right? So they are more approaching love at this time through a relaxed lens, where it's more or less surrender to the universe, and whatever the universe will bring, because at the end of the day, right, what is meant for them won't be withheld from them. So it's kind of like this surrender because they trust that the universe will provide or give them whoever is meant to be in their life. They are looking for success in love, no doubt with this card here. But they also know that there's certain factors and things that they can't control. So they're not trying to push the situation or force anything, because what is meant to be will flow naturally. Okay, that's what they want you to know so far. But let's see if we can get some tarot. What is it that your person wants you to know about them? What is it that your person, pile number 2, your special person, what is it they want you to know about them? Okay. Ah, Ace of Swords. The Emperor. The Ten of Wands. I'm going to grab another one because pile 1 had 4, so 10 of Swords. Okay, I think I know what this is saying. All right, I have to wonder, pile number 2 viewers, if your person has recently gotten out of a relationship, or if that's not the case. And I say gotten out of a relationship because we have 2 10s here, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Sometimes I can talk about, you know, a breakup with the 10 of Swords, especially. If it's not that, maybe they've been hurt before in the past. And that's why maybe this energy of surrender is here, because really what they're trying to do is just go with the flow and not force anything, or, you know, because at the end of the day, you can't make anybody love you, right? So it's kind of like they know that. They want love. They want to be successful when it comes to love and finding love. But at the end of the day, they're in surrender mode. And I think part of that has to do with maybe because they suffered a bad breakup, or they've been hurt before, betrayed before with the 10 of Swords. And they want you to know that. They've had some realizations with the Ace of Swords when it comes to love, relationships, and all that. They've had some moments of awakening and awareness as well that has shown them and enlightened them to some things. I think they've had a couple of epiphany moments as well with the Ace of Swords. I'm for whatever reason, I got the vibe of realistic. They're just being really, you know, just realistic when it comes to love. The Emperor is sometimes can be very controlling, right? But with the surrender card, it puts a twist on the Emperor, where the Emperor is, again, relinquishing control when it comes to the love that comes into their life. They're in a state of surrender right now again. It feels like they're operating when it comes to love from a more relaxed place. I feel the Emperor knows its worth. Sometimes the Emperor could also set healthy boundaries for itself, because it is a card of sometimes protection and stability and structure. So it could be that what they want you to know is that, you know, if they were in difficult situations before with these 2 cards, and let's say they're coming out of that or freeing themselves from those things, they are literally in a state of trying to rebuild their foundation and stabilize themselves once more. It's not that they don't want love in their life. What they're trying to do is just build up their foundation again, because of number 4 and the Emperor can speak of, you know, foundations, or it's a foundational card. So that's especially if they've recently just got out of something. They're trying to rebuild themselves at this time, and I don't think they're trying to force a relationship. They're just going to go with the flow, I feel, or just be more relaxed when it comes to love because of that. And it may come off to you like they're, you know, they have their boundaries up, or with the Emperor, their walls up, but that's not really the case. They're more or less just trying to not put any pressure on love at this time. The 10 of Wands can talk about burdens, right? Being weighed down, having a lot on your plate. And that's what I mean by pressure. Like, they're not trying to weigh a situation down or make it heavy. It's almost a little bit of this feeling of like trying to keep it light But it's not that they're not interested, okay? If you're wondering about that. Especially if this is someone new with the Ace of Swords, new energy with the Ace. They're just at this time not trying to put pressure on anything, because with the Ace of Swords, they're trying to gain perspective, I think, and enlightenment on their situation. Again, awareness. Maybe about themselves, about life, about love, the universe. I think they have recently released a lot of things, a lot of burdens. With the Ten of Wands, it's like they laid down the yoke. The Ten of Swords is, again, you know, risen up and pulled the swords out of its back. They're, again, gaining perspective, because this card always indicates the sun rising up on the other side of a challenge or difficult time. So I feel like with the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords, you know, it's awesome to see an ace show up with a 10, because it means that there is a new beginning after something has ended. So there is new energy trying to come into their life, or recently come into their life. And because they're starting a new chapter, they want you to know that they're just trying to go with the flow for now, because they recently just got out of something or overcame something difficult. Maybe that wasn't a breakup. Maybe it was just some difficult challenge they had in their life or circumstance that they're just coming out of. And they're trying to reestablish their foundation again. And maybe love is something that they want, and they want to be successful at love. That's why I also feel like what it feels like the most is that they don't want to mess anything up, okay? It's like the next relationship that they get into, they want it to be successful. And maybe it's better for now to just go with the flow and see where it goes. Learn about each other, gain awareness on each other with the Ace of Swords. So there's less room for error, is what this is telling me. For some of you, okay, this could be, if it's not a new person, I felt it like a new person at first, but if it's not a new person and this is someone's divine masculine, and I'm saying this because of the Emperor being there, it kind of feels like in the midst of maybe separation with the Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, or in the midst of breakup, they are gaining perspective on the dynamic of your situation. And they want you to know that. They are gaining perspective. They are seeing things. And their mind is being open to things that they didn't realize before. They're gaining clarity that they didn't have before. And they want you to know that. They're trying to let go of the things that they can't change with the Surrender card. And they know that love is the greatest reward ever. They're learning that now, it kind of feels like. And they want you to know that. They know that they want love in their life. Maybe it took a breakup to make them realize that. And that they're looking to have success, perhaps with you. Maybe hoping that you would give them a fresh start with the Ace of Swords. I also feel like the Emperor is contemplating reaching out or communicating, because the Ace of Swords does talk about communication. Maybe they needed to see things from a different lens. Maybe they needed that breakup to help wake them up. Let me talk about the pipe for a little bit. Okay. So the pipe energy does talk about peace, like a peace pipe, right? And wanting a peaceful outcome to a situation. So that does apply if this is a past person that you were inquiring about via this reading. Okay, I think they have been on a healing journey, maybe in the midst of breaking up, especially if this is somebody's divine masculine. They've had or gained perspective. They see the light now. And it kind of feels like they're surrendering to the process of their own awakening. They know that success is the greatest gift, or well, love is the greatest gift, basically, and they want to have success with you and maybe forge or have a peaceful outcome when all is said and done. Maybe if this is a past person, they are kind of keeping their boundary for now, right? But I think it's purposeful because they're going through some changes or major shifts that is putting them on an awakening journey. So if they keep their distance, they're trying to rebuild their foundation. But they know that there's some things they can't control, right? Because again, you can't make anybody love you. You can't force anybody to take you back. So they're aware of this and they want you to know that. But what they seek is success and a peaceful outcome with you with this little peace pipe thing here. The pipe does talk about tranquility, a fireplace, and the comforts of home, right? Think of like an older person sitting in front of the fire, smoking their pipe, just relaxing, right? That's what this is about. So it could be that your past person recognizes you or feels you as home. And they're seeking their peace right now. This talks about also spirituality because you think about, you know, again, a peace pipe, right? And sometimes you smoke something spiritual, like a spiritual plant, right? Like peyote or something. So if I go back to the idea that this is a brand new person, similar, the same thing pretty much applies. This is a new person, you're getting to know them. Again, a new person with the Ace of Swords because it's brand new. They're on a journey right now where maybe, like I said, they recently got out of something, or if it wasn't a relationship, they recently got out of their healing from some difficult challenges in their life. They're looking for their peace at this time. Again, they're not trying to force anything. They know that love is important to them and they want to be successful when it comes to love, but they just don't want to push anything or rock any boats right now. Again, the idea of tranquility, right, with the peace pipe. I also feel like they feel content when they're around you, because this can talk about the contentments or the comforts of home. I feel that with this energy, because it does talk about spirituality, they feel a spiritual connection to you. Likewise, same applies if it's a past person. It's your divine masculine. Perhaps whoever, it's not gender specific. I could be, you know, feminine or female and take on divine masculine traits. So anyhow, there's a spiritual connection here. No matter whether it's new or a previous person, this is what they want you to know, that they sense and feel the connection, the spiritual connection. So again, if it's a new person, even if they want to take it slow, all right, they feel the vibes. But at the same time, they're coming at this from a lens of, or perspective of, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. And there's nothing that's going to get in the way of that, right? There's no need to force anything. I'm surrendering to the connection. I'm surrendering to the way that, you know, the universe wants it to go. Because if we're meant to be, we're meant to be. There's nothing that's going to get in the way of making that happen. And that's a pretty cool vibe if you ask me. So let's see. Let's see if we can get one card here to help with this reading. What is it that your person wants you to know about them? Likewise, that same vibe applies to a past person, right? If it's meant to be, it will be, no matter what. There's really nothing that's going to stop you guys from coming together, whether now or in the future, okay? So let's see if we can get a card here to help with this reading. What is it that your person wants you to know about them? Ah, look at that. Pausing to reflect. All right, so maybe some of you, if this is a past person, you and your person are taking a pause in order to reflect on yourselves and your journey and surrender to the process of the connection. and find your peace of mind and find perspective on the journey. Likewise, if it's a new person, your person is kind of taking it slow because they're kind of like soaking it in and surrendering to the process of it. There is a lot of reflection and perspective that they've gained recently in their journey. And maybe they are taking what you would call like a pause to reflect on themselves. Like they're not trying to rush or force any relationship at this time, because again, if they just got out of something over here, they're just going with the flow. They're not ready to jump into a relationship at this time, but they're willing to see where it goes. Again, I felt like somebody's trying to rebuild their foundation, and they want to solidify themselves first before they're ready to, you know, make anything official. In the meantime, they're just surrendering to the process of love. And that might feel like a pause or a slow process, but it's because this person, what they want you to know is that they're reflecting a lot on their life, especially with the Ace of Swords. They're gaining perspective on what it is that they want. They do a lot of thinking, is what they want you to know. They're learning about themselves. And most of that is because they've just gotten out of something. Like they've come through or come out of a major cycle with these two tens here. Maybe with the pipe, they are on a spiritual journey. And they're like in this liminal space between the old and the new. And that causes them to reflect a lot about life. And because of that, they're just going with the flow. They're in surrender mode right now when it comes to love. And that's what they want you to know. Again, if past person, same thing. They've paused to reflect, or they've had to take a pause in order to reflect on things that you guys have went through in the past. Or the breakup caused them to pause and reflect on themselves, the situation, and the relationship. And that's what they want you to know. So, pile number 2, viewers, this is your reading. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe click the bell as well so you don't miss out on future content. I do upload often. And if you ever want to support my channel even further, maybe consider checking out my Etsy shop. I have handmade crystal jewelry there that I make with my 2 hands when I have free time. And I also do personal readings as well. So much love to you wherever you are. Pile number 2, viewers, take care of yourselves, okay? And keep shining. Pile number 3, viewers, you chose this big old selenite heart, okay? That is your crystal. This is your card. I apologize, my dog's barking in the background. That is your card. I will incorporate that into the reading the further we go along. I just want to get everything out on the table first. So we're looking at your person, pile number 3. What is it that they want you to know about them? Okay. So what is it that they want you to know about them? Let's see. Pile number 3. What is it that your person wants you to know about them? Okay. Trust. It says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Okay. And regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay. I don't know why I feel like they want you to know that they regret some things, that maybe they regret losing your trust. I wasn't expecting to get into this card so soon, but it kind of applies in this case. If you look at the number 13, that's the same number of the death card in the tarot. And then we have the skull. I don't know if somebody's a Scorpio, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. So that could be you, that could be them. The skull energy does talk about, right, like the death card, death, and things that come to a close and initiate lots of change. Death card is a change and transformational card. And it's also, you know, the ending of a cycle or the closing out of a major cycle. And with this card especially, it does talk about having thoughts of life, you know, mortality, things like that, you know. So it's just kind of giving me vibes that what your person wants you to know is that they have their fair share of regrets. You may not realize that, but they do. I think this is somebody from the past, maybe somebody you used to be with, but it ended. With this skull card here, with the death card. They want you to know that they have their regrets, and they regret maybe losing your trust. And they understand they cannot change the past. In the midst of maybe not being with you or in a breakup, it feels like they've had a lot of, I guess they've had a lot of thoughts about themselves, about life, about your relationship. They've had to reflect on the past and the things that they maybe did and maybe didn't do, or should have done but didn't, and could have but wouldn't. So they've done a lot of reflecting, and they've, I don't know why I got vibes of with this energy here, gone over and over and over and over. Like they've gone over things in their mind a million times already. And it yields the same result. And the truth is basically that they messed up. It's kind of what this is feeling like. No matter which way they look at it, they look back on the situation and they realize they did wrong, or they did some wrongs. And they want you to know that in this time apart, they have, I'm getting vibes that this person might have beat themselves up about what went down. Okay, I am seeing a scenario as well, just in case this isn't somebody from the past. I gotta address it. If I see a second, third scenario, I always address them. What this is giving me vibes of is that this person, if this is not someone from the past, this is maybe somebody new in your life or whatnot. What they want you to know is that they've recently gone through a lot of changes with the death card here, or with the skull, okay? They've recently gone through some major changes. They've just gotten out of something. They're trying to change their life moving forward. They're looking for guidance at this time. They're looking to move in a better direction away from the past and make the changes necessary to transform their life, okay? For the better. And what they want you to know is that they're in the process of a lot of changes. Okay. So let's see what else we can get from the tarot. So pile number 3, what is it that your person wants you to know about them? What is it that your special person wants you to know about them? Bear with me one second. I'm going to adjust this light. Okay. Pile number 3, what is it that your person wants you to know about them? Ah, the Empress. With that card, somebody could be the Divine Feminine, okay, in the connection. We have the 6 of Swords. King of Swords, somebody could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ah, 6 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, this is definitely somebody who, again, if it's somebody new, they are definitely going through some changes, moving away from things with the 6 of Swords. I think they're on a healing journey. They want you to know that. They just got out of something recently. They're trying to move away from their past with the 6 of Swords. They're trying to move their life in a better direction. especially with this. They're trusting themselves on this new journey that they're on. They're in the process of making a major transition, is what they want you to know. I think with the King of Swords, they've been contemplating a lot about their journey and where they're going and where this life is taking them. But what they want is an energy of balance and reciprocation, healing. Six of Swords is an energy where you leave something behind. You take the memories with you of that situation. They, you know, the swords are piercing your boat, but they don't have the power to sink your ship, basically. So, you know, you take those swords as memories, as lessons learned, you apply them to your tool belt of experience, right? For the journey forward and into the future. You can reflect back on those things that happened, right? Like over here. You can reflect back on them, but you can't change what happened or what was. All you could do is just learn from it. And that applies to whether this is a newer person in your life going through some changes, or this is somebody from the past. Right? But this is about moving away from tumultuous chapter in one's life and moving into peaceful, more calm territory where you can heal, where you can get your peace of mind and be at ease and find balance. It's the number 6. We also have the 6 of Pentacles, which is energy of balance and reciprocity as well, equal give and take. So again, if this is a new person, what they want you to know is that they're hoping that maybe you would have patience with them through this transition that they're experiencing. I feel like they're in a very deep mode of thought with the King of Swords, which is very pensive energy. They're trying to find their balance at this time. And it doesn't necessarily feel easy. Whatever changes they've been going through doesn't feel easy. You know, I don't know, for some of you, if there's baby mama drama in the picture with the Empress, that could be okay. Or somebody could be pregnant in the situation as well. I'm just throwing that out there because of the Empress. I feel like the Empress is trying to say that this person, whether past or present, they are trying to birth with the Empress new conditions into their life. Okay. 3 is about growth and expansion. If this is a person from the past, they are indeed trying to grow from the experience and learn from it with the 6 of Swords and the Empress together. The Empress, again, is birthing or trying to birth new conditions in one's life. And again, it says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. I know that I cannot change the past. And that's what the Empress is trying to do, birth new conditions. They're trying to get away from the past and what was and what they couldn't change. And again, move themselves in a new direction altogether, into a lifestyle or a new way of being, thinking, believing, loving even, that is more balanced and in alignment. The way they should have been all along, it kind of feels like. I feel like if this is a past person, they regret, what they want you to know is that they regret that the situation or wasn't reciprocal. Like maybe they didn't give to you as much as you were giving to them, and they recognize that now. I think they regret that. Again, they regret losing your trust. Maybe not appreciating you at the time. They understand now as they reflect back on it, right? Because if you look at it, the King of Swords is looking this way, right? He's looking back in the Empress's direction. So I feel like for those divine feminines watching, maybe your divine masculine is looking back on you and has regrets on the fact that they didn't give you what you deserved or what you were looking for at the time. They didn't treat you or give to you as much as you were giving to them, and they regret that now. And all they can do is look back on the memories with the Six of Swords and learn from the experience at this time. I think the King of Swords energy is also coming into their own self-awareness. And if they're coming into their self-awareness now, it's because they had to learn from how they messed up in order to learn how to be better. Again, if this is somebody new in your life or whatnot, this feels like they're asking for you to have patience with them in the midst of a major shift or transition out of something. Again, Six of Swords is moving into a new chapter, a new place, moving away from something that was difficult to find peace of mind. Again, they're looking for balance in their life. It feels like this person is sorting out their life or their situation, and they want you to know that. So it kind of feels delicate at this time. It could be that you met this person when in the midst of all their mess, right? And they just find themselves, maybe highly focused, I feel, with the King of Swords on trying to get out of the conditions that they were in before and put themselves into new ones. Like I said, birthing new conditions with Empress. Yeah, I guess for whatever reason, I'm feeling patience and understanding, like needing your support, I guess, with the Six of Pentacles. Especially if this is a newer person, it's like, if you could have patience with me is kind of what they're trying to say, is what they want you to know. If you could have patience with me, I'm trying to figure out my life. I'm trying to get my life on the right track. I'm trying to move into a new chapter, a new phase of my life where I could finally put the past behind me, birth new conditions, move in the right direction for once, and they're trying to bring themselves into a state of alignment. And it's like, if you can just be patient with me, and understand my condition or my situation, my plight right now, feels like I can eventually, with the Six of Pentacles, give you what you're looking for, but I got to get through this first, you see. I think your person sometimes struggles with things that they wish they could have done differently. And it's like finally coming to the realization with the King of Swords that they can't change the past. So the only thing you can do is change the way you take your future. Or change the direction in which you take your future. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're working on right now. If this is a past person, again, the same thing applies. They can't change the past, but they can change the way they behave and the things that they do differently moving forward. And they want you to know that. They're trying to find balance in their life. They are learning from what they didn't do before, or what they could have done better. They see you as the divine feminine. They do look back on you, and they do have regrets about what they didn't do but could have done better. They understand that they lost trust. This is what they want you to know, that they know that you probably don't trust them. But there's this feeling of Six of Pentacles energy that's speaking of generosity, right? Like, it's almost like in their mind with the King of Swords, they think a lot about you, and they wonder if you would be generous enough with the Six of Pentacles somewhere in your heart to forgive them. Because it's a very giving card, the Six of Pentacles. Like if you, it's almost this feeling of, could you please find it in your heart to forgive me, is what I'm hearing. Because I'm trying to forgive myself for maybe the way that they treated you, right? The way I treated you. And for losing your trust. All I can do is reflect on it now, look back on my mistakes, own it, own up to it. For whatever reason, King of Swords just said, I'm reminded every day of what I lost. Dang. I'm reminded every day of what I lost, is what this person is saying. This is whoever is from the past is saying that. Again, the body language, right? Look at the way he's looking back at the Divine Feminine here. Has the memories of the past in his boat. He had to leave the Empress behind, right? And now he's only left with the memories. And the Six of Pentacles is all about trying to like regain balance or equilibrium. Both of these sixes, really. Because it's a number 6. 6 is also of the Lovers, right? The 6 is the Lovers card in the tarot. We have angel number 366 here as well. You might want to look that up. And 13 adds up to a 4. So, let's see if we can get one of these cards. Let's see, what else is it that your person, pile number 3 viewers, would like you to know about them? Success and perseverance. Okay, that's what it is they're trying to do. They're trying to persevere over their obstacles, it kind of feels like, over this difficult time or major change that they're experiencing. Their focus right now, I feel, is trying to regain alignment or balance in their situation or in themselves. They want to have success over the past and persevere over the past as well. And that's what they want you to know about them right now, that that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to overcome a lot of their past limitations or hardships or difficulties, or they're trying to overcome or persevere over even a lot of their own shortcomings, is what they want you to know about them right now. They're seeking their success. They're seeking a successful outcome in their situation too. Again, trying to birth new conditions is what the Empress has kept telling me. They can't change the past, right? All they can do is focus with the King of Swords on the way that they move forward with the Six of Swords into the future. And even if they messed up in the past or had difficulties in the past, they're hoping that, you know, the future is better than anything they experienced before or any mess they made before. It's like wanting to kind of rewrite that whole story altogether. So they're basically in the process of overcoming a lot of things, pile number 3 viewer. And they want you to know about that about them, that they're working on themselves, working to move past all their previous obstacles, limitations, regrets, things that they should have, could have done and didn't do, you know, that kind of thing. They're learning to forgive themselves as well, is what I'm also getting from this. There's also this feeling, because of the success energy here, that they're looking to be better than who they once were, and that's what they want you to know about them right now. They've undergone a lot of changes. They have done a lot of thinking as well. They're closing out a major cycle, as well as what they want you to know about them. I don't know why I just heard Dark Knight. If this is your divine counterpart, because of the divine feminine energy here of the Empress, I think that they are in the process of coming out of a dark night of the soul as well. And they're trying their best to persevere out of that. And that's also what they want you to know about them right now. Again, trying to regain balance and alignment within themselves. I don't think it's been an easy journey, let's be honest here. They're trying to trust themselves more also through the process of that. Likewise, if it's a new person, same thing. They're transitioning out of a difficult cycle. They're trying to trust themselves in the process. Maybe, you know, they're looking for you to just be a support and trust them while they're going through these changes, because it hasn't been easy. And like I said, I was getting the vibe of patience. If you could just have patience with me, you know, if I can just get through this, you know, then I can give you what you're looking for when it comes to love. If it's a new person, it kind of feels like if you could just stick with me, right? Stick with me. If you could just trust me. I'm working on myself. I'm working on, you know, my new life, or trying to better myself or improve myself, improve my situation. After I get through this major shift or change or cycle that's been, you know, weighing me down, and I move into this new place, new territory, new way of being, new way of living, you know, then I can make myself available or accessible, right? Then I can give what you're looking for with the Six of Pentacles. But I'm focused with the King of Swords. I'm focused right now on getting out of this difficult chapter, persevering over my adversity. I see you, right, as this wifey potential, as this divine feminine potential in my life. I see you as this comfort, this you know, comforting nature that is the Empress, right? That you give me that motherly touch is also what they're saying here. I want you to know that, you know, you represent that to me. You represent that nurturing quality that I need in my life, you know, with the Empress. But I'm going through some shifts and some changes right now. If you can just trust me, if you can just stick with me, if you can stick by me, if you could be that support when all is said and done, and I get to the other side of this, right? With the Six of Pentacles, I'm going to be more than willing and ready to give you what you deserve and need from me, in other words. I regret, there's this feeling of, I also regret that I can't do that right now in this moment, right? Because they're trying so hard to get through their situation. So the Empress is good energy in the sense that that's how they see you. Because like I said, I felt like they were looking back at the Empress energy. Likewise, you know, if you are watching as the divine masculine, okay, same thing applies. Your divine feminine is in the process of birthing new conditions into her world. She's trying to get over some things. She's trying to move into peaceful territory. Maybe you guys aren't talking right now. But she's trying to recalibrate, rebalance her life. It feels like with the Six of Pentacles. She wants you to know that as well. She has regrets too, you know. Likewise, it's the same thing applies both ways. Your divine feminine could be going through a dark night of the soul and trying to overcome a lot of obstacles within their life too. I also feel like with the skull energy, because it is the death card, it does represent, you know, death card speaks of metamorphosis. So either way, whoever this is, they're going through a metamorphosis right now. Whether it's divine feminine, divine masculine, if it's somebody new, somebody from the past, they're going through a major change and metamorphosis in their life. And that's what they want you to know about them. Okay, so pile number 3, this is your reading. I'm going to leave you here. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe click the little bell for future notifications. I upload pretty often. That way you get notified and don't miss out on content. And if you ever want to support my channel even further, check me out on Etsy. I do have a shop there that you can explore. I have handmade crystal jewelry that I make with my 2 hands when I'm free and have more time to be creative. And I also have personal readings there as well. So you can check me out there on Etsy, book a reading at any time. Check out any of my handmade crystal jewelry when you like as well. So much love to you, pile number 3 viewers, wherever you are. Be safe, be well, take care, and keep shining.